Hello and welcome to the Tech Show. What have we got coming up on the show this week?
Anna, we got some absolute blinders from out there. So to kick things off, Doddy has been talking to Gee Atherton about the upcoming Atherton Bikes AM170.
Wow, banging. And in the news today, DMR have brought out some glittery components in time for Christmas as well.
Anna, how does a 24 karat gold tool sound?
Sounds expensive
Yikes.
to me. And we gather some comments and some bike caves from you lovely people. Stay tuned.
Okay, hottest thing in news this week is the brand new Atherton 170. And who better to tell us about it than Gee himself? Gee, we've heard about this for a while. We've heard bits and pieces being leaked about it. And finally, I think this is the only one, am I right in saying, so far?
Yeah, only one that exists.
Right, tell us a bit about it. Obviously 170 travel and using the same format, additive manufactured tie lugs and carbon tubes that we've seen. What's it got in terms of geometry and wheel sizes and things like that going on?
So yeah, brand new bike. It's the park bike, we're calling it. So it's the AM170, so 170mm travel bike, mullet, so 27 rear, 29 front, quite a slack head angle at 63.5. Quite a low BB as well at 343mm, I think. So it's literally built to be in the park. One bike does everything. You can be out on the downhill trails, absolutely, giving it a hard time, or seat up, pedaling, and it pedals just like the 150 does. It's an impressive bit of kit.
And you say this one is the only one currently, so this is one that's being tested by Dan at the moment. And I think you've not even ridden this one yet, is that right? So is that?
No, I've not done much on it. I've pretty much been injured since its birth.
Yeah.
But Athy and the guys up there have been absolutely hammering it. And this bike was Athy's brainchild. He built the bike park, he created this incredible playground, and this is the bike that goes with it. It's a bike you can kind of do anything on. And
so just remind us, so 170 on the rear, is it a 170 or 180 fork?
180 fork on the front.
180 fork.
We've kind of just been going with geometry for Athy at the moment.
Sure.
With it being mullet on the back, it's allowed us to create this straight seat tube instead of the kink in it.
That's what it is that's different.
Which makes it look very different, yeah. So we can basically drop the seat right down. if you're riding park, you can get the dropper, slam it right to the bottom, and then if you're out on the trail, bring it back up, and you've got the standover, which is something we've not been able to do in the past.
Sure. And what's it going to be like availability-wise when a viewer's going to be able to sort of start ordering these?
Well, we're launching around mid-January, and then before that, we're starting to take pre-orders. So if people are registered to the newsletter, basically they're going to get first dibs on it, and then we'll start taking pre-orders, and then hopefully builds from January. So lead times will be a bit further than that, but it's been quite popular so far.
So in case anyone's unfamiliar with the design of these bikes, firstly there's going to be a video floating down there so you can find out more about it. But in the short term, Gee, do you want to just run us through this? Because the process is very different to alloy, carbon, tyre or any other frames. So you've got the 3D additive manufactured or 3D printed lugs with the carbon tubes bonded in. So explain why you would do this over a conventional approach.
Well, one of the things that drew us to this manufacturing process was being able to bond the carbon tubing with the titanium lugs. And that meant on the titanium lugs, there's two ways a frame will fail. It's that absolute enormous load that's gonna kind of be a one-off hit.
Catastrophic failure sort of thing.
That's just exactly that the frame just can't take. Or it's that repeated fatigue where you're taking the frame over its kind of comfortable fatigue level again and again, and over time it gradually wears it down to the point it fails. We've managed to create these frames so that repetitive fatigue point where it will start to fail, you won't get near that even on an enormous load. So as long as we know that number, and as long as we know that no matter what you do, you can't get near that kind of that fatigue number, then it means the frame, in theory, it can go on and on and on.
Which for a big 170mm bike is exactly what people want, and of course for the downhill bikes.
Yeah, exactly that. For a park bike like this, you could be riding downhill on it, you could be in the bike park, you could be pedaling on it. But you're comfortable knowing you can do what you want on it, absolutely hammer it, and it's going to be able to take it.
Awesome. One last question about these, Gee. Is there a warranty or anything? Do you have like a crash replacement or anything like that? Or
Yeah, lifetime warranty on them.
lifetime warranty. There we go. End of.
Oof. What do you think of that?
Crikey. Do you know what? I'm pretty sold. It looks
You're
nice.
into that?
Yeah, I like it. I
You
think
love
that
a bit
looks
of park though,
Yeah,
don't you?
I do. Interesting.
What do you think, guys? Let us know. 170mm mullet park bike. I think it looks good. So let us know down in the comments below what you think. And don't forget, if you want to know more about Atherton Bikes, Gee actually came to visit us and chatted with Doddy in our last Ask show. So head over to the channel after this and see what the future of Atherton Bikes is.
I heard mentions of an e-bike.
Rumour has it. So Muck-Off have dropped a new lube. Would you believe it? Another one.
Sounds uncharacteristic.
Well, this time they've got an all-weather lube and it does what it says on the tin. It'll sit between the dry lube and the wet lube, and it will be longer lasting than the dry, not as thick as the wet. It will be for unpredictable riding conditions when you're not sure what the terrain or the weather will entail. We're seeing this in a biodegradable formula as well, as we usually do. And it's already in the UK, already in Europe, but you'll have to wait till January if you're in North America to purchase this. And we're looking at £5.49 in the UK, or €7.49 or $5.99 for the 50ml bottle. So yeah, one to watch. I think that's a good all-rounder. Maybe.
Ideal. One lube to rule them all, perhaps.
Possibly.
Who knows? Well, next up, I said about this earlier, 24 karat gold tools. Technically not a tool.
You know what? That is definitely what's missing from my toolbox.
How does a £2,000 Campagnola corkscrew sound?
I mean, if that doesn't say I love you at Christmas, I don't know what does.
It screams, I have a large amount of disposable income. But that's fair enough. I suppose, why not? Look, price is from €1,950, I should say. 24 karat gold plating or 18 karat rose gold plating.
Rose gold.
Wow.
Yeah. So legend has it is that Mr. Campagnolo tried to open a bottle and cut his hand, would you believe? So with a bottle opener, decided that this wasn't good enough, so he'd make his own. And the Campagnolo big corkscrew has been a bit of a collectible kind of thing ever since. But yeah, I think £2,000 might be a little bit rich for my blood. Anyway, more on components is DMR have dropped some sparkly goodies. They've got some Galaxy V12 pedals, the V12 SE, and also they've got the DMR Def Grip, which is, well, Brendan's grip of choice, has got a glittery makeover, as if the 20 colours that are already available
Bit
on
of
Death
glitter,
Grip.
though.
Yeah,
Sparkly.
actually my other half's already got these.
Has he? Fair play.
Yeah, so the pedals are the same as they usually are, but they will be £70, and the DMR Def Grips will be priced as they usually are at £23.
Those the V8s and V12s are kind of legendary.
They're a classic.
Yeah.
25 years they've been in production. You know?
Long time. Right then, one for all you Cane Creek fans out there. They have now opened up basically their servicing procedures and tools. So whereas it was a little bit limited on what you could do to them before, because they're fairly complicated, so I hear, now almost anyone can if you take it somewhere. Tell us a little bit more, Anna.
Yeah, so basically Cane Creek have always been restricted to very specialist, limited service centres because you need specialist tools. They also have nitrogen in their damper as well, like compressed nitrogen, so it's not sort of the thing you can do at home. But basically they've opened up they've basically started selling their specialist tools and opening up their servicing guides so that more suspension service centres across the globe can start taking this on. So basically you can now find the guides online. We'll leave a link down below, and you can also access a map to see where your local service centre is, and that should be expanding over the next year.
Awesome.
So that's always good news,
Yeah,
isn't
definitely. Definitely for those Cane Creek fans out there, makes life a lot easier, doesn't it?
Yep.
Nice.
Okay, it's quiz time, and I've got a winter theme today. Now, bearing in mind that car lights are around 1500 lumens, how bright is an Exposure 6-pack, one of the brightest bicycle lights on the market? Is it 5250, 3,250 or 1,250 lumens?
Great question. Yes. Right. Next question, people. Who was the first person to reach the South Pole by bicycle? Now, was it Blue Peter presenter Helen Skelton in 2012? Was it Doug Stoop in 2003? Or Daniel Burton in 2013-14?
Good question. And who created a Christmas limited edition bike? Actual Christmas limited edition. Was it Giant with a snowflake patterned hardtail? Was it Rocky Mountain with a gold and white full suspension? Or was it Cannondale with a red and green gravel bike?
Great questions. Drop us your answers in the comments down below. Anna, it's comments time.
It is, yes. So we're kicking off. So last week we were talking about mountain biking gift guides.
It's that time.
Yeah, it is that time. And Mark Marino says, my Christmas gift list has to be a Fox Shock high pressure pump. Seems like my rig has too much sag. No one likes a saggy rig, do they?
No way, they don't. No, they don't. Right, Chibani says, I've asked Santa for a new pair of tyres. I hope the old man won't keep them for himself.
Yeah, they're pretty scarce. Yeah. Nelson Sherry says Christmas mods are not complete without wheel lights and or other Christmas lights on bikes.
Great one. I like that a lot. Yeah. Stuart Dickens. Oh, good one. Nipex 8601 180 pliers, wrench and some new cable cutters because I misused my old pair to death. Nipex, good stuff. Very specific.
It's very specific, and he admitted to it. Tim Sadler, one of our regulars here, says, I have the Rafa book on my list. For prezes, I think bike protection has come so far in recent years. Hook It, Muck Off, Dyed Bro, and others have changed the game. Gone are the days of helicopter tape. Oh, my days. Did you ever muck around with helicopter tape? That sort of 3M thick stuff.
Hard work.
Oh, it was awful.
Postmaster Sodium says, not to yuck on his yum, but Doddy seemed a bit too eager to drink some weed. What Doddy does is up to him.
Yeah, it's what he wanted to do.
Wow, I missed that part of the video then.
Yeah, you'll have to watch last week's show to understand that comment. Thanks for your comments, guys.
It's Bike Cave time. Now, we love seeing everybody's bike caves out there, and we've been sent in some great ones, Anna, haven't we?
We have. I've got a few to show you because they're all sort of centred around bike storage, which I really appreciate seeing the different ways people are storing bikes. And I've got one from Nick here who's gone in for a full rebuild. So we've got this before, and this is the after, where he's gone for a real punchy orange there,
I'm liking it's well lit, you can see all your stuff. I'm liking the good layout of the bikes hanging up at the back. I think that's a really good way he's done it. He's sort of got this like workshop area as well going on with his mobile tool chest.
Yeah, and I love, the mobile tool chest does it for me.
I know, that's
like
on my to-do list.
Mobile kitchen island for tools.
Very nice, Nick. Very nice indeed.
Yeah. Next up, we've got Dirk from Ghent, who's done a more of a rustic bike cave here, where he's got all his tools all nicely placed.
Got that chipboard going on. Again, the mobile tool chest as well. I'm liking that a lot.
This is
the theme here.
Definitely the way to go.
Wheel jig,
wheel jig, serious.
Yeah, wheel jig in there. You've got your tyres hanging up. You've got like nice stands for your wheels to go in and everything. Yeah, he's done a proper number. Real nice. Look how tidy it is.
And then the bike storage solution, which drew me, is the one with his bike hanging from the ceiling. I mean, that's pretty cool, that.
Yes.
That definitely saves a bit of floor space.
I've seen that happen in quite a lot of bike shops, actually, where they hang them up like that as well. I think it's so you haven't got a work stand sort of stuck in the middle all the time, so it's not taking up space. Very nice, Dirk.
Great idea.
Very nice indeed. Actually liking that Scott as well.
It's not bad, is it? And then last but not least is Elliot, from Alberta in Canada. And he's gone for a sort of, he's gone for a wall mount, but sideways on his bike. So I'm all about that. That saves a lot of space.
That garage is cleaner than my front room at the moment, I reckon. Unbelievable. It's like a clinical workshop he's got going in there.
I know.
Very nice.
And those tool chests with the built-in, or possibly built-in worktop there, they're not cheap. I know that much. I've had a look at them.
Yeah, the bar has been set very high this week. So if you think you can top that, well, send them in, upload it as links down below. But I mean, they've set a high standard on this one. So,
and don't forget Top Mods and Rewind if you want to upload some of those as well. Okay, it's time for quiz answers. So, bearing in mind that car lights are only around about 1500 lumens, how bright is the exposure 6-pack? It is 5,250 lumens.
Wow! Now I know why everyone's like flashing me in their cars when I'm driving, like riding along the road. Blimey, neck, that is bright. Right. Yeah. Who was the first person to reach the South Pole on a bicycle?
It was Helen Skelton from Blue Peter.
Yeah, fair
she
play.
actually got a Guinness World Record achievement for that. Yeah, she was the first. So the other two are worthy of a mention. Doug Stroop in 2003. It was the first bicycle expedition, but he didn't actually reach the South Pole.
So close.
And then Daniel Burton between 2013 and 14, he fully crossed the Antarctic.
Wow.
Unsupported, but
technically
he wasn't the first to reach.
I'm going to do it in 24 hours.
And then finally, who created a Christmas limited edition, like that was going to go out of season straight away, wasn't it? Was Giant, actually, with the snowflake pattern.
I don't remember ever seeing this, but it's very seasonal, isn't it?
I think they've tucked it away. I can't even give you a photo on their archive page, but it was white with gold snowflakes, and it literally said Christmas limited edition on the top.
It's quite cool. I think I'd like to see more brands bring back sort of like custom painted rigs and sort of limited edition stuff.
Limited edition is definitely cool, and I see you guys are all getting your limited edition Sprung collection nuke proof.
Blake's got that Mega. I've got something cooking and stuff.
Not that I'm jealous at all. No. I think that a white Giga would be a Christmas limited edition for me. Anyway, thanks for watching the show today, and don't forget to join the debate in the comments below what you're thinking about the new Atherton 170.
Bye-bye.
Bye.